Welcome to Earth Oddities. Today, we're diving into one of the most incredible places on Earth, the Amazon rainforest. Often called the lungs of the planet, this vast jungle spans over 5.5 million square kilometers across 9 countries in South America. It's home to millions of species, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. But the Amazon is more than just a rainforest, it's a vital part of our planet's ecosystem. So, let's explore what makes this place so special, starting with why it's called the lungs of the Earth. The Amazon rainforest produces about 6% of the world's oxygen, which is why it's often referred to as the lungs of the Earth. But here's the thing, it's not just about oxygen. The rainforest also absorbs massive amounts of carbon dioxide, helping to regulate the Earth's climate. In fact, the Amazon stores around 90 to 140 billion metric tons of carbon. That's like having a giant sponge soaking up greenhouse gases. To put it into perspective, if the Amazon were a country, it would be the 7th largest carbon emitter in the world, not because it produces carbon, but because deforestation releases stored carbon back into the atmosphere. This delicate balance is under threat, and that brings us to the incredible, and sometimes dangerous, creatures that call this place home. The Amazon is home to some of the most fascinating and deadly animals on the planet. Take the jaguar, for example. This apex predator is not only the largest cat in the Americas, but also an incredible swimmer, often hunting caimans and fish in the water. Then, there's the poison dart frog, whose bright colors warn predators of its toxic skin. Just one frog carries enough poison to kill 10 humans. Even the tiny bullet ant packs a punch with a sting so painful it's said to feel like being shot. Indigenous tribes even use these ants in initiation rituals, where warriors must endure hundreds of stings to prove their bravery. But, while these animals might seem terrifying, they're also a reminder of how diverse and interconnected life in the Amazon is. But of course, none of this would work without the diverse range of plants. The Amazon is a treasure trove of plant life, many of which have incredible medicinal properties. For example, the cinchona tree produces quinine, a compound used to treat malaria. In fact, quinine was the first effective treatment for the disease and is still used today in some forms. Then there's the cat's claw vine, which has been used for centuries to boost the immune system and reduce inflammation. Another fascinating plant is the copaiba tree, whose resin has anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. Scientists believe that less than 1% of Amazonian plants have been studied for their potential medical benefits. Imagine what else we could discover. As well as this, plants in the Amazon provide food and habitats for animals, making them the base of this incredible ecosystem. But these plants don't just heal and act as food and shelter, there's more. They also play a crucial role in the rainforest's water cycle, which brings us to our next point. Did you know the Amazon rainforest creates its own weather? Through a process called transpiration, trees release water vapor into the atmosphere, which forms clouds and eventually rain. This cycle is so powerful that it influences weather patterns across the globe. For example, the flying rivers of the Amazon, massive streams of water vapor, carry moisture as far as the Andes and even the Midwest United States. In fact, some scientists believe that deforestation in the Amazon could disrupt rainfall, as far away as California. But the rainforest isn't just about weather, it's also about people. Indigenous tribes have lived here for thousands of years, and their knowledge of the forest is unparalleled. The Amazon is home to over 400 indigenous tribes, each with their own unique culture and traditions. These communities have lived in harmony with the rainforest for generations, relying on its resources for food, medicine, and shelter. For example, the Yanomami people use over 500 different plant species for food, medicine, and building materials, but their way of life is under threat from deforestation, illegal mining, and land encroachment. Protecting the Amazon isn't just about saving trees, it's about preserving the knowledge and heritage of these incredible people. It's about saving the lives of the people and animals, because without this ecosystem thriving, the world would not be the same. The Amazon River is home to one of the most unique creatures on Earth, the pink river dolphin. Unlike their ocean-dwelling cousins, these dolphins have adapted to life in fresh water. They're also known for their pink coloration, which comes from blood vessels near the skin's surface. Interestingly, their color can change depending on their age, mood, and even water temperature. But these dolphins are more than just a pretty face. They play a crucial role in the ecosystem by controlling fish populations. Sadly, they're also threatened by pollution, habitat loss, and fishing nets, which ties into the larger issue of deforestation. Deforestation is one of the biggest threats to the Amazon. Every year, an area the size of a football field is lost every minute. This not only destroys habitats, but also releases stored carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, accelerating climate change. In fact, deforestation accounts for about 10% of global carbon emissions. But it's not all bad news. There are efforts to protect and restore the rainforest, such as reforestation projects and sustainable farming practices. And while we're on the topic of destruction, let's talk about something that's literally boiling hot: the mysterious boiling river of the Amazon. Deep in the Peruvian Amazon, there's a river so hot it can boil small animals alive. Known as the Shanai Timpishka, or boiling river, this natural wonder reaches temperatures of up to 100 degrees Celsius. Scientists believe the heat comes from geothermal activity deep within the earth. Local legends say the river was created by a giant serpent spirit, but the science behind it is just as fascinating. The river is a reminder of how much we still have to learn about the Amazon. And speaking of learning, let's talk about one of the loudest animals in the rainforest, the howler monkey. Howler monkeys are known for their deafening calls, which can be heard up to 3 miles away. These vocalizations are used to communicate with other groups and establish territory. Interestingly, their calls are so loud because they have a specialized bone in their throat that acts like a megaphone. But howler monkeys aren't just noisy. They're also important seed dispersers, helping to regenerate the forest. In fact, they play a key role in maintaining the diversity of plant life in the Amazon. And finally, let's talk about one of the most fascinating processes in the Amazon: how the rainforest recycles its own rainfall. The Amazon rainforest is a master of recycling. Through a process called the hydrological cycle, trees absorb water from the soil and release it into the atmosphere as vapor. This vapor then forms clouds and falls back to the ground as rain. In fact, up to 50% of the rainfall in the Amazon is recycled this way. Some studies suggest that a single molecule of water can be recycled up to 6 times as it travels across the continent. It's a perfect example of how interconnected and self-sustaining this ecosystem is, and why it's so important to protect it. The Amazon rainforest is more than just a jungle. It's a vital part of our planet's health and a treasure trove of biodiversity. From its role in regulating the climate to its incredible wildlife and indigenous cultures, the Amazon reminds us of how interconnected life on Earth truly is. But it's also a fragile ecosystem that needs our protection. So, the next time you take a breath, remember the Amazon and the role it plays in keeping our planet alive. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating facts about nature. See you in the next video.